Robert Pattinson has become a household name thanks to the Twilight film franchise, which was based on Stephenie Meyer's novels. Since finishing Twilight, Pattinson has starred in roles in a string of indie films, most notably, the critically acclaimed The Lighthouse, which earned him a sea of praise from critics and fans alike. However, Pattinson's star is set to shine even brighter in the next few years, as he has landed the role of Batman in the next Batman film. This next step in his career has created a new fan base for him as he walks into the limelight once again. Here are 10 things you might not know about Robert Pattinson. He was expelled from school for selling X-rated magazines. Nowadays, Pattinson has the poise of a respected and intelligent actor. However, in his younger days, he was such a troublemaker. He originally attended a private school but got expelled due to bad behavior. He admitted to stealing adult magazines and selling them at the school. His sisters used to dress him up as a girl. Growing up, he had two older sisters named Victoria and Elizabeth, the latter being a singer-songwriter. Being the youngest definitely did not mean perks for him, as when he was young, his sisters would dress him up as a girl and call him Claudia. We're sure those pictures are either locked up somewhere in a vault or have since been burned. He started as a model. Growing as the youngest of three, Pattinson expressed interest in performing from an early age, but before taking up acting, he got his start as model, with help from his modeling agent mother, Claire. Pattinson has cited his androgynous appearance at age 12 to be what earned him the gig, and loss of that feature that sealed its end. As he told the British magazine Closer, "When I first started I was quite tall and looked like a girl, so I got lots of jobs, because it was during that period where the androgynous look was cool. Then he started to look too much like a man, his career waned. I had the most unsuccessful modeling career." He was cut out of his first film. Whether the first film you watched starring Robert Pattinson was Harry Potter or Twilight, you should know that there is one film that he was credited for before those famous movies. Way back in 2004, Pattinson's scenes in Vanity Fair did not appear in the final cut, but there are deleted scenes featuring him. He chose to be in Harry Potter over going to university. Pattinson was 17 years old when he was cast as Cedric Diggory in the Harry Potter franchise. This was his first major role and, arguably, the role that put him on the map. In a 2017 interview with Time Out London, Pattinson said that he had to choose between his role in Harry Potter and attending university. He said, "It went so far over schedule, I couldn't go. It was supposed to be 4 months, but it ended up being 10 or 11. I was 17 and I was the only person who wasn't in school. I just hang about." He's got some musical talent. Along with acting and modeling, Pattinson also dabbles in music, having learned to play guitar and piano around the same time his modeling career took off. While he might not reach mainstream success compared to the biggest pop stars, he has contributed his musical talents to the 2008 comedy How to Be, playing an amateur musician, and the soundtrack of the first Twilight movie, for which he wrote and performed 2 tracks. He's never acted on a TV show. Surprisingly, Pattinson has never starred in a single television show throughout his entire career. Part of it can be attributed to his success on Twilight from a young age, as he rides the wave of his earnings from that film series. He has never come out and stated why he has never acted in a television series, but fans can only guess that he prefers the atmosphere that goes along with filmmaking. He wanted to quit acting before he got Twilight. Breaking out into the acting world in Hollywood can be a hard thing to do, and Robert Pattinson was no stranger to the struggle, as hard as that is to believe. After his big role in Harry Potter, Pattinson believed that his career was going to truly take off. However, he only got small roles in small productions. Frustrated that his career wasn't moving where he wanted it to go, he thought about quitting acting altogether. However, the opportunity of a lifetime came knocking, and he was cast as none other than Edward Cullen. Now that he will play one of the greatest superheroes ever, we are looking forward to seeing his performance as the Batman. He is passionate about helping those in need. Outside of his movie career, Robert Pattinson is famous for his many philanthropic duties, having supported several known charities, including the American Foundation for AIDS Research and Stand Up to Cancer, to name a few. In 2015, he was named an ambassador for the Go campaign, which is a non-profit organization that benefits orphans and children suffering from poverty and other vulnerabilities from around the globe. Shooting is one of his hobbies. Robert Pattinson revealed in an interview back in 2012 that he had taken up the hobby of shooting. He went to the LAPD shooting range to try his hand at the sport, although he was a bit uncomfortable with the realistic photo they gave him to shoot at. Some had assumed he began this hobby as a way to let off steam following his breakup, but true fans know that intrigue was probably what drew him to the range.